My name is Amira Ziada. I work at the Washington Cannabis Workers Club as well as UFCW 3000. There's a difference between what a union can do and what a club can do, right? So there are workers that maybe they don't want to form a whole union, but they want to be part of a community that's doing something to improve the industry.
Yes, I think the Washington Cannabis Workers Club could play a tremendous role in advancing worker safety in this industry.
I decided to get into the Cannabis Workers Club because I wanted to be involved in a new and emerging industry.
So I heard about the Washington Cannabis Workers Club a couple of years ago when I was working at Havahart. The thing that got me interested about it was that the freedom to have a peace of mind. They have support from a group of people that know the insides and the outs, and they know that they have the support of their coworkers as well.
When I heard about the Washington Cannabis Club, I wasn't sure what it really was, so I did some research on it. And I see that there does a lot of stuff that will put cannabis on the map.
I think that it's important for workers in Washington State's cannabis industry to have a voice, and WC is definitely the opportunity for the majority of workers to get together and unify their voices and really congregate their power in a way that's productive for the industry as a whole.
What our club is trying to do is bring everyone in together. We're not trying to form a union necessarily. We're trying to form a club that's going to fight for better legislation, better rights, better regulations for the cannabis industry. Hopefully that will affect the community, bring equity, and you can be anyone, right? We want owners, we want workers, we want community members, we want everyone to come and get involved and tell us what you think needs to be changed, and so we can work together to change it.
Every state has its own roadmap for how they facilitate legalization of cannabis, and so in Washington State we have all of these opportunities to come to the table and figure out what we want from our state's cannabis policy.
The Washington Workers Club, the change would be coming from individuals who are in the industry.
One thing that we've noticed is that legislators do want to talk about cannabis. And they do want to see improvements in the industry. They just don't know what that looks like. And so I think just getting our name out as like a club that represents cannabis workers and cannabis industry has been really helpful. And I think it's one of our biggest successes so far since it's only been a club for a short time.
Well, and if you're involved in cannabis anyway, you should definitely join the Workers Club, even if you're not in a union, or just to get information and find out what's going on in the industry. Like I said, it is a really dynamic and adaptive industry currently, so there needs to be a place where you can get all your information.
Join the Cannabis Club, join the Washington Cannabis Club, do a lot of research, find out as much as you can about whatever area that you want to go into, and find a group that will allow you to help you support that.
Don't do it just for the money, man. Do it for the love. Join the club.
Get involved, get in a club, get involved with Washington Cannabis Workers Club, get involved with, the Cannabis Alliance, come to the Cantana Festival, really get to know the people and the culture. There's rules. We can't really use, dues money or things like that a union would use to change legislation. And so we wanted to create this club that's more accessible to everyone and works on more bigger picture issues than just shop floor stuff.
And in particular, ensure that marginalized communities have access to representation and business ownership within this industry.
So while the union can help workers in the workplace, the Cannabis Club is to help the industry at large, including owners, lowering taxes, making the industry thrive.
I think the Washington Cannabis Workers Club is important because it represents all parties, interest groups within the cannabis industry. So that includes, of course, workers, but then also consumers and business owners alike, which is different from a union. I think sometimes unions can have bad reputation in the industry, particularly among business owners. So it's great to have an organization that is more focused on the broad cannabis industry as a whole.
What I would say, if you want to learn more about the Cannabis Workers Club, you can come to our website, WashingtonCannabisWorkersClub.org, and you can see what we're really about. I mean, it's new, so we're still developing what the culture is going to be, but the idea is not only are you going to be a part of a club that hopefully can endorse candidates or, push legislation like a Bill of Rights. We have experts that, can write and craft legislation. We have politicians that work with us that will sponsor some of our laws.